A lot has happened since I last reviewed a book here. I've gotten married, run multiple marathons, adopted a psychotic yet lovable poodle. Another bullet point on that list of notable things, though, is that I finally read House of Leaves. I have alluded to the intimidating nature of this book. Now, if you're a fan of horror, you're probably familiar with House of Leaves. If you aren't, this book is about a young family moves into this small house, and they soon discover something that seems pretty inconsequential at first. Their house is larger on the inside than it measures on the outside. And the husband, the father in this family, Will, becomes obsessed with this phenomenon. They discover new things popping up within the house, corridors that didn't used to be there, new closets within the house that lead to infinite spaces within the house that contain horrors that are nearly unfathomable. This book is unlike anything I've ever read before. And when I say that, it's mostly in the way that it's presented. The actual narrative structure of this book, extremely disorienting. It has this sort of multi-layered structure where it's varying fonts and typography. It has different color-coded texts, different narrators within the story. The novel at first presented as this film analysis written by a blind man. And within that, he's analyzing this documentary about this house that this family moves into. And this film analysis is discovered by a wider narrator, Johnny Truant. He annotates the film analysis. He's trying to make sense of how this blind man who is completely alone in his apartment is able to analyze this film that may or may not even exist about this house that may or may not even exist. And the book descends into these long footnotes from Johnny Truant that can range anywhere from a few sentences to a few pages, and within those footnotes he's telling his own backstory. You start to wonder what this story is really about. Our narrator Johnny Truant, is it about this blind man's film analysis? Is it about the characters within the film itself in this house? It seems to be ever expanding inward. Within all of that is an intersection of different genres, whether it's romance, horror, science fiction. It is hard to nail this book down. I feel like House of Leaves would most appeal to horror fans who like psychological torment, experimental, cerebral storytelling, over sort of your traditional jump scare, gory type of horror. There is a palpable, slow-building dread throughout this book that really comes at the hands of some unreliable narrators that blur lines between reality and fiction, what is true within this book and what you cannot trust at all. If you've enjoyed Lovecraftian horror, found footage horror, this book has a lot there in terms of its world building around those sort of structures and familiar tropes, but the presentation of it is entirely unfamiliar. And I finished this book a few months ago at this point, and I still think about it regularly, and it leaves that sort of lingering sense of dread. So if you're similarly intimidated by House of Leaves, I would say now is the time to dive in.